Now for our bonus mobile, the Audi S5 with the 6-speed manual, V8.
Yeah, the 6-speed makes it kind of fun. But before we get to that, who dressed you?
Well, by the way,
like Lynette's here, and she's sweet, and I love her, but she let you out of the house looking like this? It's like 85 degrees out, first of all.
Well, I was here early. I wore shorts. I was going to be working. I'm building the shop. I'm wearing Tony Adamowitz's shoes, by the way. IMDb Tony. He's driven. Tony Adamowitz, nice guy. He's like one of these guys, you meet him, he's like, all right, goofball. And then you realize he's driven every single car in every single race.
These were his actual shoes? You beat him up for these?
No, he sells racing shoes. I'm wearing Tony's racing shoes. And I'm wearing Jimmy Kimmel's t-shirt, so, you know, I'm keeping it real. Yeah, Tony races in the vintage Formula 5000 class, which is an insane class. It's like sort of Indy F1 cars with 5-liter crazy V8 engines in them. Like no reason to put that big an engine in that small a car. Like, hey, if you need 800 horsepower, but you don't want to go over 1,300 pounds, then the Formula 5000 class. That's
everybody needs that.
Right. And you don't want a roll cage. That's the class for you. Tony's still racing. Anyway, I'm dressed like an idiot. This car, great color combo.
Oh, I love this color combo.
Midnight azure blue or whatever, this rich blue and the cream interior. And I got to tell you,
they called it pearl silver, which was kind of weird to me.
It doesn't look silver.
It doesn't look silver at all, but
Audi. Now, I drove an Audi for like 4 years, and I forgot the Audi smell.
Yeah.
It has an Audi. There's an Audi interior smell that's very unique. And I also forgot how fun it is and how cool it is to drive a manual. It's something
without being a full race car, like we were talking about before. In the full race car, it's just it's hard to, you know, the clutch is tight, the shifter's notchy, and it's nice to get in like a true sports car like this.
Well, it's this thing. What happened to me is I always drove a manual because it's like, hey man, I love driving. I'm driving a manual. And then I started doing morning radio. Yeah. And when you're backing out of your driveway, when it's dawn, like the sun hasn't come up yet, and there's black windows fogged over, and there's haze, there's fog everywhere, and you have a cup of coffee between your legs, you don't want a manual at that point. So I switched to an automatic, and then I started racing cars, and you know, the cars, like, it's not only is the tranny tough and the clutch tough, but you have to throw so many revs, you know, it'll bog down, like the car's no good under 9,000 RPM and stuff like that, and you forget. So then you go, screw the manual. I'm tired of driving it. But you drive this car and you realize, oh, it's a pussycat.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
And you know, we've been driving the paddle shifters in the Panamera and the Lexus and a couple of other cars, but the stick in this car actually made it a lot more fun. It's not super fast, but it's really nice.
It starts to pull, and it's fun just to do that. And you know, and I'll tell you, there's one other thing that they're missing, that everyone is missing. Aesthetically, one of the coolest parts of a car is the stick shift.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you have like my old Mazda pickup truck with the 8-ball stick shift knob or the pistol grip, or whatever you're talking about, it's cool to look down in that console and see a big round knob sticking out of there that you grab onto.
You know,
that sounded homoerotic.
The cars today, the higher performance car, a lot of times the stick isn't even offered as an option anymore because it doesn't handle the torque of the added power. This car is 354 horsepower, I think, and it's all-wheel drive. And the 6-speed definitely handles the torque on this car, which is nice.
So this is the 2012?
This is the 2012. This 2012 S5. So this has the upgraded suspension, the wheels, and the upgraded engine, the 8-cylinder, which is kind of neat. It is all-wheel drive, but I think it's a 40% front, 60% split in the back. It doesn't have a lot of the some of the features like the Sport Plus button and all the shit you got to turn on and off. It just kind of is the way it is, and it's kind of high performance every day.
And it's just great looking.
It is a gorgeous car.
Here's the real question, and it may sound quasi-retarded. I love the stick shift.
Yeah.
But the thing that is cool about the paddle shift, which I don't really like, or the sequential, you know, go from automatic to sequential, whatever, that I don't think anyone ever uses. I don't like that thing either. The one cool thing about the paddle shift is when you're in the mood, you can just press a button and be full automatic and sit in traffic and back down your driveway in the dawn hours with a cup of coffee between your legs and be like, who cares? I'm not carving up a canyon. Is there such a thing, and will there be such a thing, as a manual transmission with an automatic mode? Is that physically possible to build? And if so, who's ever going to build it?
So the Aston Martins, when they first went to the paddle shifter in the Aston Martins, like on the DB9, that was a Tremec 6-speed manual that they added auto shifting to. So what you're talking about, though, is to actually have a stick and a clutch that you press and then go to automatic. No, they're not going to have that in the car.
No one will ever have that. I made that up.
Kind of in theory.
But I would like that.
In theory, you would think that that might have been possible with the Aston Martin because it was the same manual transmission.
Here's 2 things I need you guys to work on. I need...
Which guys?
Just
anybody?
You guys.
Just everybody.
I need a microwave oven that'll take tin foil.
Okay.
Because when you get the takeout,
that just makes good sense.
It starts sparking, and it's all the good stuff on the Italian, all the congealed fat and everything. It's at the bottom of that tin foil. I want to put the tin foil in the microwave without the fire.
Okay.
And that, and I want a 6-speed or 7-speed.
Yeah.
Automatic. 7-speed manual shift with a button that I can push to go full automatic.
Okay.
Let's get on it.
That clutch pedal right up into the dash.
I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Just telling you what I want.
Speaking of 7-speed manual, the new Porsche 911 7-speed manual.
I know.
Like you just row that thing all day long.
That's just one more thing to fuck up. That's just one more gear.
We're gonna have to try it out, though. We'll have to try it out.
All right.
So this car is nice. As this car sits, I think this came in at like 63,000 and change. And as much fun as it is, knowing that they're going to be doing an RS5 with 450 horsepower, this thing with an extra 100 horsepower is going to be sweet. I would have said this is the car to get all day long, but we already know that they're planning on doing the RS5.
And what about buying the 6-speed manual in terms of trade-in and resale? Could you see a lot of people going, hey man, I don't know. When you pull up to the dealer?
You're already spending $63,000 on this. Are you worried too much about the trade-in?
No, I'm not. Should we fire this thing up?
Get in and fire it up.
If we don't do that.
I'll get back here and you can listen to it. They keep making the cars quieter these days, though, which is frustrating.
It's weird pressing a clutch in to start a car, a new car. Stupid computers won't let you over rev the engine.
Really?
I don't like stopping a car. I like putting it in gear and doing the clutch out in gear.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You know why?
It's yelling at you.
You know why you do that? So it doesn't diesel. These babies will diesel on you. They'll keep running. That was the greatest thing with my dad's old VW. The worst thing you can do to a car is have it diesel, like running when the car's shut off and the keys are in your pocket. My dad's VW would run for like 10 minutes, like, and I would laugh like when I was a kid hysterically.
And another cheat on these things is every time that, when I was learning to drive stick, I'm sure when you were learning to drive stick, you're up on a hill, and your dad, whoever's teaching you to drive stick, and you're like, all right, try to do it without smashing into the car behind you. All these high-tech cars today, they don't roll back.
Oh, they don't.
They set an electronic brake for you, so they don't, like a hold mode.
In summary, Audi, awesome.
Yes.
And the stick, not nearly the physical or emotional commitment that we think. It's easy shift, easy clutch, doesn't roll back, don't have to throw a bunch of revs, super easy. So if you're thinking about a stick and you're a little bit freaked out over the hassle of it, I was drinking my coffee and driving this thing this morning, no problemo. All right, we'll pop the hood, take a look under that. Let's see, that'll be something in there. It's probably just gonna be a big chunk of plastic with the Audi rings on there. Ooh, functional?
Yeah, look at
Probably. New engines, I'm sort of over them. I mean, they look great, but I'm over them. All right, so Jeff will do a little tour around the car. We'll work it into the meat of the bit, but until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Matt DeAndrea saying, Keep the air in the spare and the bag in the wheel.